Yeah, we actually Convertix is a digital performance marketing consulting agency. That means that we are working directly on improving clients' results or like any website's traffic and sales. So we are really focusing on performance. That means making businesses bigger. So over here, like pretty much any solution that you see at this event could be benefiting of our services because they are here actually to promote the services, to capture new clients, to make people aware of the new trends. And we are pretty much the guys that position it via advertising on different channels, including Google, but also in organic search. So, and here what we're presenting, actually offering is, we're also running the all of the advertising of this event. So, and I think that's great because if you see how many people are here actually. So we work with Nebex now on a couple events, also did this. And I think what's really our offers, let's say, is to make this happen, right? So because part of these people we managed to get here. And I think what we also offered, we had a speech yesterday, a keynote with a client that comes from the fashion industry, well, retail fashion manufacturer. And we presented the case how to grow in e-commerce to 10 million turnover while actually creating a very fruitful and beneficial relationship between client and agency side. Because nowadays we see a lot of technology, we see that the markets are fast, but actually a lot of times providers and the end clients seem not to understand each other or not to work on the same level. And so we had the pleasure together with one of our clients to share our 10 best tips, and this is pretty much what we're adding to this event. The sector has a lot of evolutions. I think we would not have enough time to discover, let's say, all the deep ideas of the market. And I think there could be a lot of arguments. Now, based on what we observe as a consulting agency for the trends, we see that data has been around for a long time, but nowadays you've got so many providers and so many solutions around data, because still a lot of people maybe collect data but don't use it in an appropriate way, they don't have systems. So data is definitely a big point. Automation. Now automation is everywhere. If we look at Google automates bid strategies. If we look at companies, they automate processes. Now we do know that of course manufacturing, car manufacturers, etc. have been doing it already for a while, but what about a lot of other companies? Like even smaller company like ours, we automate some processes. So that's number two. And I think then the third point a little bit, and I'm not sure if it's gonna be big or not, is all those things about metaverse, NFTs. So we create digital value that is somewhere in the cloud, that is kind of a stock exchange, right? So what are we saying by this? It's heading to, yes, how much value it's going to create, it's still unsure. But people say, hey, there's no value to that. And I would always argue, well, what about stock exchange? The value of a company is defined by the perception of other people. So in the end of the day, it's a similar thing. AI, I think artificial intelligence. And you see, we mentioned data, we mentioned automation, and I mentioned, I don't care if metaverse, NFTs, there's gonna be so many new things coming in. Well, that's great, right? So I think the new digital economy, there's gonna be a mix of things. So one is, people gonna look more into artificial intelligence because the amount of data we process every time is bigger and bigger. We want to be more efficient. So that's one thing. But then another point is the HR, digital talent we call it, right? So we're in Malaga right now here, and Malaga became a hub for so many digital companies. Why? You've got a nice place, climate, but also what you offer here is a great work-life balance. And I think the digital, the new era, the post-pandemic, offers new opportunities, remote workers, 4 days a week working, hybrid systems, and right now there's a fight for talent because there's more demand than offering of highly qualified people. So, and we see even traditional companies say, oh, if you want to do hybrid job, go elsewhere because we are still big enough to hire talent. And I think they're wrong. So this is like we summarize AI, digital talent, changing HR status quo. That would be my three things.